Hello YouTube, this is Derek RNY. I am back for another installment, I guess you would say. I've been gone for a while. It's been like 3, maybe 4 weeks since I last put an update out, and I had a few minutes here at the office, so I figured, why not kind of drop a video. I don't know how quick this is going to be because I had a lot going on lately. I guess it should be titled First Trip Since Surgery slash Vacation slash um, Hitting Goal. So there was a lot going on. Let me first start out with my stats. Hit surgery August 14th, 2014, here in Fort Worth, Texas. My starting weight, the highest weight that I've recorded, and that was at the doctor's office like the day before surgery, and that was 365 pounds. I am currently, as of not this week, but last week, I was at 200 and right at 218 pounds. So I lost, what's that, 147 pounds. I should be able to do the math. I'm an accountant, so I should be good with numbers. But um, that it was in 10 months. I guess that was 43 weeks or somewhere in there. Um, just been crazy the last few weeks. Had my we took our first me and my wife took our first trip since since the twins were born. I think just us two. We used to travel a lot, but once you have kids, things change. You don't get to go and do stuff that you used to do, like travel and you know have one-on-one time, and so it was nice to get away. You know, flew my parents out and said, "Grandma, Papa, uh, spend some time with your grandkids and babysit." Well, I actually asked before, so I didn't just spring it on them, and they were happy to do it. So, which was awesome. Was able to just fly down to New Orleans. We could have drove, but it was time efficient. It was easier to drive. I mean, not drive, but fly. And so we left on a Friday afternoon and came back the following Monday. So we had a few days to enjoy, being, I guess, kid free for a little while. The great thing about my my traveling is actually enjoy sitting in the airplane seat again. Um, since I was a lot younger, it was easy. I had plenty of room, and I guess my benefit of losing almost 150 pounds is, we had a three-row seat. So my wife told me, "Oh, you get the middle seat," since I always made her get the middle seat um, all those years. So I was happy to do it. I didn't have any issues, no problems, and it was funny because the first flight I sat in the middle seat, of course, and the guy next to me, he made a comment about his last flight. Somebody next to him was a lot bigger, and he didn't have much room, and I just kind of thought to myself, that was me not too long ago. So I can appreciate not having to worry about that anymore. And I feel bad for people that still have to be concerned about where you're sitting or who you're sitting with, and making sure that you don't infringe on anybody's personal space. So the flight was great, except for the leg room thing. But when you're over 6 feet tall, you're not gonna really have a whole lot of leg room on planes anyway. But you know, I sat in the seat, didn't think twice about it, which was great. And for our trip, we've been in New Orleans before. It's only my second trip, but I reached out to Tanya, VSG, because I know she lives in New Orleans, and so there was a few places that she recommended, and she recommended some, and she was great. And so we went and enjoyed the city. Um, our first night, funny story, we get in and our hotel room wasn't ready. So, of course, you're in New Orleans, you got to go to Pat O'Brien's for a hurricane, right? So, we had a couple hours, like 3 hours to wait. And so we go there, and I was kind of nervous because I didn't know how my stomach would adjust to having that sweet kind of taste or that all that sugar in the hurricane, but had no problems. um, I think me and my wife had two each, and me, I was blitzed. We enjoyed ourselves, and we were walking down the street and just enjoying the city and pointing out a few things that we thought were funny. But like other than that, it was a lot of good food, a lot of good times, and it was great. The tough part about being in my situation now is it doesn't take much to fill me up. So when you're used to going somewhere on vacation and kind of eating what you want and you know going to different places and trying this, trying that, me, I go in there, I try something once, and that's it. You know, we actually went to a buffet for a brunch one morning, and everything looked great. And I made this plate, had an omelet and some other stuff, and I think I ate half the omelet and a little bit of, you know, more protein like sausage or something. And I was full, so I got to sit there and watch everybody else eat. My wife eat, and you know, I'm used to it now, but it's just weird actually being on vacation and having to deal with a different aspect of traveling and taking stuff with you to fill the hole, because you eat a little bit and you're good and stuff, then a couple hours later you're starving again. So just have to make sure you take your Quest bars, your protein or drinks or something to keep you, I guess, satisfied, because you're not going to be on the same schedule as people that haven't had surgery or eat normally, because they can go 4 or 5 hours without eating. If we go more than 2 hours, normally you're starving or need something to hold us over. So like I say, my trip, it was great. I guess I shouldn't dwell on it too much. It's been 8 minutes already, and all I talked about was the plane ride and the trip and all that stuff, and hadn't got to anything else. I guess the biggest deal is I finally hit my goal, which was awesome. I wasn't expecting it because I hadn't been weighing myself that much, and I knew I was fairly close. My last video, I think I was like 2 or 3 pounds away, and I would check it here and there. It'd be right at the weight I want it to be at. So my goal I set for myself was 220 or anything below, because for me, BMI, I wanted to be in the overweight range. I don't see myself ever getting down to normal range, for my height, like 180 something pounds or 190 pounds, which is crazy. I don't know if I want to be that small. So, but we'll see where this journey takes me. If that's where I need to be, that's where I need to be. But the day I stepped on, I think it's right before we left on the trip, and it was like, I think 220.1 or something like that, and I was like, that doesn't count. So I was like, when I come back, I've been to gain a couple pounds, and came back from my trip, and I didn't really check it. So I was like, I'll wait a couple days, and I jumped on the scale one day, and it was like 218.7 or something like that, and I was like, oh shit, that can't be right. And I weighed myself like 5, 6 times, and my wife's like, what the hell are you doing? Because I know she could hear me, I'm like weighing myself, getting on and off the scale, and so, and I finally told her, and She's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yep, I am officially under 220 pounds." So, which was great. It's hard to believe sometimes, coming from where I came from. Um, it's pretty amazing in a short time. In 10 months, I know some people have hit their goals in shorter times, or it's taking people still working on their goals. So I feel blessed that I've lost, the amount of weight I've lost in this time. I know, a lot of people say weight loss surgery is the easy way out, or whatever, but until you go through it, you don't realize how hard it really is, and the weight just doesn't fall off. It takes a lot of hard work and discipline to keep going through, making life changes. Now I work out still, 4 to 5 days a week. Do a lot of cardio, a lot of weights. I still follow my doctor's orders. Start out with your protein first and incorporate carbs and fruits and vegetables where you can. But it's one of those things where you have to be determined and make sure that you're doing the right thing. And for me, I wouldn't change a second of the last 10 months of my life. Things are changing every day. I was always confident. I guess I get to blame my mom. I'm the youngest, so she always, I guess would boost my ego. It's like, oh, say how good you look and all this stuff, and and now I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I do look pretty good. I just look, conceited, but I never had confidence problems in the looks area. If you don't think you look good, nobody else will. So that's always how I looked at it. And now, I see people I hadn't seen in a while, and you get compliments, and I've learned how to take them. I know I've heard a lot of people in videos saying that it's hard to take compliments. It really is, because you're not used to getting them. So, and then you look at old pictures and you're like, oh my God, was I really that big? Because we went out with some friends last Saturday, and I was shown a picture from like early last spring, I guess, and it was like me and my wife sitting on a chair. I was like, oh my God, who's that guy? It was just hard to imagine that's the way I used to look. And you look at yourself every day, you really didn't see yourself that way, and people that love you don't see you that way. So it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around it sometimes, because I still like see my clothes sometimes, and pull out my large or extra large shirt, and I'm like, that looks really small, but it fits with no problems, and which is great. So I'm definitely happy and definitely excited about where things are headed in the future. Of course, I don't do notes, so I just ramble on, and whatever comes in my brain is what I spit out. So that's kind of how this video is going. Other than that, I don't see anything in the future that should I guess derail me more than just trying to do the right things, trying to stay positive, trying to make sure I incorporate the right kind of foods, and I still have days where I eat stuff I probably shouldn't, but then I follow it up the next day, and get back on task, and go through and eat better and cleaner, and doing the things that we've been taught and we know is what we need to do. Because I know in the next few months or whatever, probably start maintenance, and I notice that gets hard for some people. So I want to make sure that I have good healthy habits, and like with the summer here, trying to grill out more, and eat things, try to because sometimes you want something fried or something full of sugar or whatever. So I still try to stay away from as many sweets as possible, but I also incorporate more carbs into my diet. because I'm working out a lot. So I want to make sure that, I have, a few more carbs in my body to, help with my workouts. And my wife still tells me, um, you need to eat more. Even my mom and a couple other people are like, you're done losing weight, right? I'm like, I can't really control it right now. So I want to, do as well as I can because I know that will be regained. So if I can get down, you know, under 210 or so, I think I'd be in a good spot if I happen to gain, 10 pounds or so, I'll be back like where I am now, which I feel very comfortable in my body right now. I can go out and do pretty much anything I want. Um, actually, you know, I love physical exercise, and actually, I think I'm doing a half marathon in December. So, some friends of ours who are avid runners and they do CrossFit and all this stuff, they invited me to go run with them, in this half marathon. I was like, "Are you talking to me?" You know, and my wife, she's like, "Go for it." So, as long as my old body holds up, I'm gonna give it a shot. Train for it, and hopefully, in December I'll be able to kind of jump out there and finish half marathon, which would be a huge NSV. I know people have done it, and I know it can be hard and challenging. So I want to make sure I can do it, or at least give it a shot. And that's what I want to do. So I guess like 16 minutes. Damn, it's a long video. That's not me. I don't talk that long. Well, I guess I can. So I guess I should hold. I guess I should call it a day and actually get back to work. Shh! Don't tell my boss I'm actually doing a video at work. But if anybody has any questions or needs any advice or anything, just feel free to contact me. Okay, I had a phone call, so I got cut off. So, like I said, I'm on Facebook. If anybody has any questions or any concerns or any support or anything, just reach out to me. Like I said, Derek RNY on Facebook. Find me here on YouTube. Shoot me a question. I'll feel free to. I can try to answer anything that anybody has, and try to give back because people have given me support over the last 10 months, and I want to do the same. So, hope everybody has a good 4th of July. I probably won't be back probably 2 or 3 weeks. I always said I'll be back next week, but that shit ain't happening. So I will try, but I'm enjoying life and enjoying the kids and the family. So enjoying the summer. So it finally stopped raining here. So we're gonna go and enjoy this weekend and 4th of July coming up, and hope everybody has a good holiday and everybody's safe and happy and healthy, and everybody enjoys the summer. All right, I will talk to you guys another time. Have a good one. Peace.